Hi everybody, welcome back to the Gallowgateshots YouTube channel and podcast, and we are back with another bonus video for you lovely members. You're getting this early, a little bit earlier than everybody else. So just like the video first. Mark, during recording of the Always Smiling Faces podcast on Monday, there was, are we classing this as a statement from Maxi or just a message? Is there a difference? There's a difference.
I think it's a statement, like.
It's a statement. Okay. So like I said, this happened when we were recording. So we thought we'll do another video, even though somebody doesn't like it when we do this. But Mark, if you would ever so kindly read out the statement. I know it is quite long-winded, but it's best.
Do you have to do it in a French accent?
No, thanks.
Please don't.
So it's from Alan.
Did you just put like a soft voice on there as well when you done it? Right.
It's me, Alan.
Carry on.
When I joined NUFC in 2019, nobody understood my choice. You okay? I always believed in this club. As soon as I stepped onto the pitch, the fans directly adopted me.
Correct.
Since then, there's been highs and lows. When we were in the relegation zone, but I always believed in the team and trusted the project, even if it was hard to stay in the Premier League. I knew that the club deserved much better, and we had to prove it. I gave everything on the pitch to keep the team at the highest level. I'm grateful that some people remember that. When the club has been bought by the new owners, the fans finally got what they deserved. I really want to thank all of my best supporters for supporting and believing in me. It's because of you that I wake up every day more determined than ever. But even the people that criticize me when it's fair, because sometimes the negative is beneficial to get up. I always tried my best to help the club in the best way possible, even by playing injured. This year has been one of the most difficult years emotionally. You are not able to know that as I keep personal things for myself, but I lost some really important people. And that is nothing compared to all the things that happened in my life this year. But I always try to present on the pitch and give everything. I am so proud of the team and that we achieved the Champions League, I think that is, yeah. I am now entering a turning point in my career, and I will give everything until the end to achieve my dreams. It's often said that human beings forget quickly, but me, I won't be able to forget everyone that loves me for who I am and believes in me for difficult moments. It's in these hard situations that we see the real supporters. Thanks to everyone for the support, whatever happens. I will always give everything when I have the chance to step onto the pitch. Thanks God for everything.
Okay. So, if I'm going to give my opinion, because that's the first time I've heard it, I purposely didn't read it until we've gone and started to record this one. I don't say that as a goodbye. It's how some people are interpreting it. I see that very similar to his last one. Basically saying when the chips were down, I was there. And appreciating the fans and what the fans have given so far.
I thought that his last statement was very telling, that it was a picture of him and his two daughters.
I think it was a full lot.
For me, it felt that it was more directed about family and remembering that. And I think that backs in this statement that he came out. Obviously, he talks about
what's the photo on that statement.
It's a video.
It's a video of
like highlight reel.
Highlight reel kind of thing.
That Man City game was amazing.
But again, he's talking a lot about his personal life and his family and when losing somebody.
Yeah, when he says losing, I don't know who he means there, does he?
So he said that he kept it. He hasn't said what's happened there, so.
Yeah, so he's obviously maybe lost someone personally. But I'm greatly worried. I'm not going to lie. It doesn't. There was a few. There's a bit at the end where he says, "If I get the chance to play again and stuff like that, I don't know. It just doesn't read good to me." Do
you think there's been conversations?
I think to put something out like that, I would have to say yes. Either conversations or perhaps no conversation whatsoever. What he's wanting to have, so that's why he's releasing a statement like that. But personally, I think he's probably had conversations, and it's maybe looking that his future's in the balance.
Basically saying we're not going to stop you going elsewhere if a decent bid comes in.
Yeah, I'd be absolutely gutted, but. I kind of ding out, you know what I mean? But honest to God, I would be absolutely gutted, especially considering kind of what his message is saying, right? That most of the times when I have really loved him, has been when we've been a mess, if I'm being honest with you. And now all of a sudden we're onto something good and we're playing in Champions League. I would absolutely love to see him have the opportunity to play in the Champions League, and it would just be awful for. Well, in my opinion, just for me personally, I would hate to see him go. But
what's your thoughts on it, Bestie?
I was watching the video here, trying to say that it's everything that's in the videos from this season.
This season, yeah.
So there's nothing that I'm only got a few seconds left. There's nothing from I'm thinking if it was a goodbye one, are we going back to the goals he scored against Burnley? Maybe it's when the cameraman's gone and he's.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure. I'd rather keep him than lose him because I think
he'd be a great player in European football.
I think so, and I think I just like him. And again, he did kind of. I wouldn't say he carried with when Bruce was here, prior to the takeover. But he was those games where we sat here and said he was the only outlet again. It was give it to Maxi and see what happens. But I'm with you, Chris. I don't really read that as being a goodbye. There's part of this, I think, but if they're getting rid of him, it means they're looking at someone better to come in. I find that quite exciting. Because it's a bit of a statement of intent, and ambition. It's hard though. I remember the last one. Was it last year, 18 months ago? And I never took that one as being a. I know it turned out not to be, obviously, but I never took that one as being a kind of goodbye because it felt like he was saying, "Right, this is me kind of knuckling down now." And
does he says in there though, doesn't he? This is a big turning point in my career. Is that what it says?
It could be make a break from maybe.
I'm now entering a turning point in my career, and I'll give everything until the end to achieve my dreams.
It might well be that the turning point is that he's finally in the Champions League.
I wonder if it's maybe pushing for a new contract or something. I don't know.
I don't think he get given a new contract. I
don't
think he's daft
agree.
enough to think that, Bestie. Yes, Decker, I think.
Do you know?
Do you know what it is, right? And
it just seems for me, it just didn't. Why see anything?
Do you know what it is? I've met Maxi a couple of times, and I was shocked how humble he is as a person. He's so down to earth, and honestly, he takes the time just to have a chat about anything.
Remember the thing that Chris Waff went to France and kind of met with these youth team managers that he said they all said the same thing.
He doesn't.
A lovely bloke,
honestly, face to face, and like I said, I was really shocked of how nice of a bloke that he is.
Yeah.
And he's very cluey. He's unbelievably switched on. He's so intelligent.
Yeah.
I don't think people realize how clever he is. And I think he knows exactly what he's doing by that. I think he's trying to get more fans on board again. That's what I think he's trying to do.
Maybe.
I don't see that as a goodbye. I might be completely wrong.
I hope it's not. Just because, again, how often have we said that you need to improve your squad? Qualifying for Europe, and it's wait, if you get rid of some Maximin, you're losing someone who hasn't played a massive amount of football this season, but is still one of the most effective players that can be one of the most effective players that will have, especially when you're playing at least an extra 6 games per season. And then every round you go through subsequently another 2, so it could be up to 10. Well, not at the final level, but you know what I mean. So I would rather, as well as they've played this season, and they've played really well this season, if we've got a different front 3 next season, or Isaac's still there, we've got a different right winger, left winger, I would rather have Maxi on the bench to come on than I would have Mickey or Murphy.
I agree.
For all they've played more football this season, both had really, really, really good seasons. Maxi's more of a difference maker for me.
You can change the whole tactics around that one player.
Yeah, Mickey. Well,
I think
if you've seen a game out, maybe don't Mickey Murphy because they're the ones that have got the legs and they've got the defensive discipline to do it and the kind of experience who Maxi had.
If you're looking for a result, though,
but if you're 0-0, you need a goal. I think Maxi's a very, very good man to have on the bench.
I actually think he's improved. I think the problem you've got is his injuries have been an issue of the season. There's no question of that, by the way. But I would definitely say when he came on, he definitely looked a more complete player.
Yes,
than ever before. Before it was just Roy the Rover stuff. Oh, 100%. 100%.
Big as well now. I think that's been to his detriment a little bit.
Yeah, maybe it has. Yeah. Mark, what's your thoughts, mate? Because obviously I know we haven't agreed much on him, but
I don't think he's gone. I think it's the way that he's positioning it is looking back on last year and kind of highlighting the fact that he's had a difficult season. Some things on the pitch with his injuries and stuff like that, but there's been a whole host of other things that have gone on. That is because we've talked about his mindset and whether he's been right mentally, at times this season, and that's probably a little nod to that is that he's had things going on in that space that we haven't been aware of. And looking at this it's now his opportunity because last season hasn't gone the way that he'd have hoped it have gone with injuries and things that have gone on. And he is at a bit of a crossroads now, because if he goes on and has another season like that, then I think it probably is the end for him, because you cannot sustain carrying him in the squad and not having a lot of minutes and stuff like that.
Seat, isn't it?
As he gets towards 30 as well.
Yeah.
Like,
If things go the other way and you can keep yourself fit, you can rediscover form and stuff like that, then who knows what can happen. So, but yeah, I don't read that as a goodbye. And like you've just said, Chris, he kind of does this every season.
Yeah.
Puts like a cryptic message out at the end of the season, kind of looking back on things.
Yeah, I think it's just kind of lost in translation to a certain degree. But I think Maxi's put it there so it can be interpreted both ways as well. I think he's a player that needs love.
That's the thing. He's speaking any second language as well, like, so he's not going to the nuances of what you're saying might be a little
English
bit
better
lost
than us, mate.
Well, not many don't. To be honest with you. But it's the bit where he says it's that bit with a turning point, or was it
turning point in his career?
Yeah. You think, well, that's the bit that kind of that with the most ambiguous part of it for me. Like, well, we'll see.
We'll see.
Sorry to see him go, but if it's sold him and brought in like some sort of like super maxi, then
Super
Maxi.
Right.
Maximum Plus.
Thanks everybody for watching this one. Been a pleasure as always. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and if you're watching this a couple of days after the members, become a member. You'll get a bit earlier next week. Watch what he's doing. See you later. Ta-ra. Don't leave Maxi.